What's up? This is Pablo, Cantillo, and you're listening to Creech Questions.
Hi, this is Galligan, and you're listening to Creech Questions.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Creech Questions, brought to you in part by the Dead Connection. My name is CJ Creech, and I'm here with our awesome co-host, Alyssa Mullen.
Hi!
We've got a great episode in store for you today, so we're not going to hesitate in getting to our shout-outs.
You give me a gift, bam! Thank you note. You invite me somewhere, pow! RSVP. You do me a favor, wham! Favor returned. Do not test my politeness.
Alright, for our shout-outs this week, it's reverse again. This week I've got one, but Alyssa doesn't. And my shout out is actually going to be tied in with the announcement that I've been teasing on Facebook. I'm going to be doing a little bit of work for Isle in the Sky Productions next year in North Carolina. They are a film company up there that is working on a couple of film productions, and one of them being a movie based on the book Realm. So I'm going to be helping with the filming, or the behind-the-scenes stuff, of course, and going to be one of their social media consultants. So it's pretty cool, and
Congrats!
thank you. It's pretty exciting. And I'm really excited to now start getting into this film life hashtag, since I've been doing the press life for quite a while now. So it's kind of really great to be on the other side of behind the scenes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome.
So that is my only shout out for the day. So let's go ahead and talk some Fear the Walking Dead and our Walking Dead wrap up. We are on episode 4 now. We've got 2 episodes left. I have to say, once again, I may be sounding like a broken record, but I loved it. What did you think about the episode, Alyssa?
It's the same thing. I must be a broken record, too, because I just love it. Like, I'm so protective of this show now. I was a little weary at first, but I had faith in it, and it's just really coming through. This episode was... Now with this episode, I'm wondering, like, what are they going to do in 2 episodes? I feel like we need, more episodes.
I completely agree. I feel like we need more as well because, once again, I was expecting, with how they went through so quickly with the barbershop, I was thinking the military base was just going to be, kind of one and done as well, but... Mm-hmm. As of right now, it seems they've got it pretty well locked down. I can see possibly where it's going to go bad. Because I noticed Nick was taking the drugs off that one guy. I don't know. Yeah. It seemed like he was. I don't know. It looked like to me like he wasn't in very good condition when Nick was getting high off of his supply. I was expecting him fully to turn into a walker this episode and lay waste to what they had going on there, but that didn't happen.
I think that, well, obviously from what they're showing us, like, you're not even safe with the government. Like, you would think, like, this would be your safe haven, but it seems like it's going the opposite direction, like, which I'm not surprised. But, yeah, it's just the whole thing with that captain that's in charge, and he's kind of just rude, and the fact that they didn't want to go find whoever it was that was out there, possibly, and then at the end of the episode, I don't know, all these people are being shot, like Madison saw, shot, but they hadn't turned yet, so, I don't know, something's going on, and I don't trust this whole, them taking Nick and the older woman, I forget what her name is, his wife. I just think this is like, something's going to go down, like Liza, the mother that went with them, she's going to see some stuff because it can't be good.
I agree. I mean, I actually, and it doesn't happen very often. The Walking Dead's only done it a handful of times too. With, and I believe the most recent time where it really I just had this sense of dread, and it weighed down heavily on me. Like I had that feeling the last time I can recall having that feeling on The Walking Dead was when Herschel was about to bite the dust, when the governor was going to attack the prison. But near the end of that episode, when they took Nick, and then you see that those aren't just regular lights; it's people being shot in that building far away. That that weighed down heavily on me, and I was, I was pretty caught up, and I was so frustrated that it ended right after that. I was like, 5 more minutes, come on.
Right. Yeah, it's because it's like there's no way that these people don't know that there's other survivors out there. Like when you said, well, we've checked everything. Like, no, I mean, you can't just say, yeah, we got everything. Obviously, there's still going to be people from out in the area trying to survive. And I don't know, are they just trying to just get rid of everything? Like they don't care if you're not infected? Like if you're not in a safe zone, you're kind of screwed type thing? Like that would really be just terrible.
Yeah, I agree. And they almost got a Carol mentality where if you're sick, then you gotta go. You gotta be put down. So I wouldn't imagine that these places would last very long, just because, I mean, all it takes is one sickness to get a lot of people sick, and then they gotta shoot pretty much half the people there. Then there's nobody to watch their perimeters and fences and everything, and then just chaos. I sound like the Grim Reaper here, but I'm fully expecting, because I've said this for the last 3 episodes, really, but I'm fully expecting somebody from main cast to die next episode.
I mean, I'm not saying that they have to kill somebody, but you would think that, like, in all of this chaos that somebody would go from our main cast. But
yeah, well, yeah.
Hey,
hopefully it's not Nick, because that's what they hinted at this episode, that they were taking him out to shoot him.
Oh my gosh. He's
almost
my man. I was.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like the military has instituted a quote unquote old Yeller policy on anybody sick or too much of a problem to deal with.
Yep. Too dependent on limited resources, it sounds like. If they're dependent on resources that are precious now, it seems like they don't want to have to spare the medicine if this person is just going to be a waste and they're going to go anyway. I think that's probably what they're thinking.
Exactly. It's like, okay, well, you're not useful to us anymore and you're taking up all our stuff, so we're going to go ahead and kill you.
Yeah, how brutal. But, I can definitely see the world being like that if this did happen, which is scary.
It is very scary. And that's another thing that I think makes this show, in some ways, just a lot more intense than The Walking Dead. Even negating the fact that, everybody's on a level playing field with this show in the sense that they don't know what's next because there's no graphic novel to base it off of. But everything right now is pretty much set in reality, and with, certain things happening overseas and everything, you could see it getting really out of hand here, and the same thing's happening. And it's not just monsters at this point. The monsters are human. For the most part. I mean, we haven't even seen really any walkers at this point. Maybe a handful in the first 4 episodes, but in the beginning, it's almost just as dangerous to deal with people.
Oh yeah, for sure. You just know people like that are waiting for that kind of opportunity to just go crazy. So it's like, yeah, you would encounter that like right off the bat.
Yeah, those people who have all of their apocalypse bags ready and everything, their plans They're just waiting for it.
No kidding. Like that one neighbor of theirs. He was packing up. Who knows if he made it?
Exactly. And, like, Tobias, who... I mean, Tobias is a really smart character when you think that... I mean, most people would go for the Walmarts or the Sam's Clubs, you know, big department stores that have groceries, when most people aren't going to loot a school. Most people don't want to go to school when there's nothing wrong with it to begin with. But, like, going in there and raiding theirs because they have all that food that has a huge shelf life, I mean, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't think of it. I'd probably be one of the dumb ones that's like, hey, let's go to, like, Walgreens or something.
Yeah.
Like, people would be like, no, that's a terrible idea, Alyssa.
Yeah, that would probably be me too. All right, and I did take some feedback from fellow fans of the Fear the Walking Dead on my Facebook last night and asked for some feedback. It looks like David Parker says it's a very realistic approach to the government's handling of the impending apocalypse.
I agree with that.
I do agree. Now, Tina Johnson hopes it will speed up a bit, which I don't agree at all.
You know I don't either.
Yeah.
Crazy talk.
Tamika Thompson says she felt like the episode actually took a step backwards. I was very slow going until the last 10 minutes. I understand they were building a story, but I didn't feel like it was compelling tonight. I could have easily flipped to other channels during the episode. We'll see how next week goes.
Oh man.
I didn't feel that it was filler. As a matter of fact, I actually was throwing a wrestling party last night because they had a wrestling pay-per-view, but I made sure at 9 o'clock I pulled out my laptop and I watched Fear the Walking Dead, and I didn't regret it. So, I mean...
Right, me either.
I enjoyed it. Chad Hawkins says, I think it's the military panicking on the whole apocalypse thing. I think the military knows the truth about everyone having been infected, and that it's about to be panic time.
Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely think they know something. I mean, they have to. I mean, you constantly have, like, the CDC and scientists constantly monitoring viruses that are ever evolving. So to say that the government doesn't know something would be very naive.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like Lillian Brinsfield says that she was shocked when she found out the Morse code in that house was actually gunshots. And she thinks the military is taking the sick to experiment on, which it could be before they kill them. I mean, they might be using them as some sort of test subjects for the virus at this point if they figured out how to get it on to where they can infect people with it. I don't know. I don't know where this is going.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be some crazy experiment that just goes horribly wrong, that mother is going to be trapped there.
Exactly.
Oh, bad news.
It's going to be like the Umbrella Corporation meets that scene in 28 Weeks Later with when the dad zombie gets free in the hospital.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie. Oh my gosh, a mix between 28 Weeks Later and Resident Evil. Now that is terrifying.
Yes.
If they could pull that off, they have my heart forever.
Oh yes, yes, mine as well. And now,
we are slaves to Walking Dead.
Oh yes, and good zombie stuff, not bad zombie stuff, but good zombie stuff.
Right.
Now it looks like Becca Powell thinks that Nick's sister is totally going to attempt suicide, and that she also thinks Liza is going to help Nick break out of the other place, which I hope so for the Liza helping Nick, and I don't hope so for Nick's sister trying to commit suicide, though it does seem that that's what she was trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this episode definitely showed how hard of a time they are having I mean, they already had issues before this, and then you add on top of this that the world is ending. Everybody's relationships are so strained at this point. And, like Madison thought Liza had something to do with Nick being taken. So I really hope Liza redeems herself and helps Nick and gets back to her son.
Exactly. And let me see. Looks like Solomon Martinez says that it was his favorite episode so far. So that's always a good sign.
Right on, dude. You got the right idea.
Sarah Jewel Flaherty says, my friend also thinks the flashing lights from the house outside of the gates are gunshots, but she still thinks it might also be survivors. The ending, she thinks Liza jumped on that truck because she felt guilty that they wouldn't have taken Nick if she hadn't told the woman Nick was addicted to drugs. And she's also so glad Madison finally slapped the crap out of Nick because she feels someone needed to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's acting, But, an addict, they think very differently. And so in this world, I mean, I can't believe that after all he saw that he was like, yep, I'm going to continue to do this. But that's his escape, I guess. Maybe it's just him trying to run away.
What do you think is going to happen next week?
I think we're going to see a lot more. I think that this next episode is going to focus a lot on where Nick and Liza are heading. I think it's going to drift off from the story with Madison and them and focus on that to show us what's going on the government side. That's what I think.
That's what I think too. I pretty much agree with every part of that statement. But I also think that we are going to get. I'm going to retract my statement that I think somebody's going to die next week. I feel like there's going to be a lot of near deaths next week. I feel like the sister is going to try to commit suicide, and it's going to look like Nick is about to die. Amongst probably a couple other people. I feel like next week's probably going to be one of the more intense episodes since, it is the second to last episode, which once again really sucks. But
yeah, it does.
But yeah, I think we're in for a treat next week as well. So I guess that's going to wrap it up for Fear the Walking Dead. We are going to get into our first interview right now, who's a return guest with none other than Martinez himself, or if you've watched Crank, Ricky Verona. His name is Jose Pablo Cantillo, and we are going to be talking Free Me the Game and The Walking Dead. So enjoy. Welcome back, everybody. I am here with Jose Pablo Cantillo.
Morning.
For the second time on Creech Questions. And, last time I threw you a kind of curveball for the first question.
Okay.
And this time I'm going to do a semi-curveball. If there was ever a fight between Ricky Verona from Crank and Martinez from The Walking Dead, who do you think would win?
Okay, now with the fight, is it bare knuckle? Are there weapons?
There can be both.
That's a good one. Verona fights dirty, but Martinez, after having survived but lived in the zombie apocalypse, I have to give it to Martinez in that one. The zombie apocalypse, fighting not only walkers, biters, and humans, I think is going to have a leg up on Verona. But if you put him in an urban environment, forget it. Verona's going to plant something somewhere. He's too deviant that way.
Even after he got his head chopped off in the second one, he was still alive.
Calling shots.
Yeah, calling the shots. So.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I would.
Right there.
I would pay somebody to also sub in for me as well in those two fights. So maybe you.
Yeah, I'll be the
Who do you think would win?
I don't know. I kind of agree with both because Verona has more people because he could send other people to get Martinez. But then Martinez could probably handle them all since he's handled so many walkers before.
Yeah, I think now that I think about it more, I have to give it to Martinez because Verona wouldn't even dare go by Jay Statham Chelios unless he was asleep.
Yeah.
And then he poisons him while he's sleeping. He fights dirty. I think there's a reason for that. He's probably a little bit of a closet dandy. I think he's kind of a dandy because he's got the really nice prim proper shirts and the wingtip shoes. Pointy.
All right. And last time
It's a
we asked
curveball.
you,
Kidding.
last time we asked you your favorite memory from The Walking Dead. For this time, what would be the funniest memory you had working on the
Oh,
set?
I was just telling them about it. It was probably when, well, there's a couple. Morrissey was funny. He likes to play a lot of jokes on me. And he kept raising the window of the car, of the truck window, so that the camera have to, just these little tiny, like, adjustments to the window so they could, it forced the camera department to keep putting half apple boxes underneath me until I go full apple. I was like, oh, it's so embarrassing. Like, am I shrinking? This is weird. Because we set the shot, and then he would pull out and pull back in, and he kept raising the window just a little bit so that the camera would have to go up and up. And they're like, I don't know, Jose, we still can't see you. They're like, and I'll be like this. I'm like, this is really weird. And then finally I got wise to it, and I put a little bit of dirt on the window, and I watched it go up. I said, I know what's going on here. So we had a good laugh. But it opens up, it keeps everything spontaneous. And Michael Rooker is just funny, period. So anytime Rooker is around, you're going to have a good time. So a lot of my fond memories in terms of laughing were Rooker-based.
He is a very funny man.
He's the guy who lives in the moment. He's spontaneous. You've interviewed Rooker?
I have not interviewed him, but I have met him a couple times already.
Yeah, he's a circus.
Yes,
he's
he is.
Fun.
He is definitely an experience.
Yes.
And last time you were in the funding stages of your card game, Free Me the Game, and you met your goal and surpassed it too, right?
Yeah, we surpassed it. We did a Kickstarter campaign for Free Me the Game, which is a card game that makes fun of social media, embarrassing and annoying behavior. So the whole point, because today's obsession is to get more friends and followers, and sort of this notion of like living online and really crafting your posts, as I used to say, or taking the perfect selfie. So our game really embraces all of the narcissism, but we kind of blow it out and really make it, we make a character out of it. And it's very satirical. So each blunder drives away now, in the opposite, in our world, your friends and followers. So the whole point is to lose these people. These are your self-absorbed friends and followers. And this is our test deck. They're all going to be full color and nice. See, I want to lose them already. And we go through and we play these really, magical sort of funny blunders. And like you said, we did surpass our goal, and so we're testing the game now, and it's been testing through the roof, and we're really excited. As I like this point, you guys probably saw these last time.
Yes, I saw the one where you accidentally liked I think it's a bikini picture of your sister.
Wow, look, it's got a good memory.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's nearly 40 of these, and you get to comment battle on them, hashtag battle on them, and you write. And this is something I discovered that we didn't really anticipate. Is that you write your entry on a piece of paper, and when I say you challenge someone to a hashtag battle or a comment battle on a blunder, and you wager, what's going on then? You wager how many friends you want to lose on this one. So if I was going to wager you, I'd say, let's go for it. I'm going to wager 4 or 5 friends now. So you meet me and say, yeah, I'll throw 4 or 5 in. We get a minute. We write down our comment and blunder, and there's such target-rich environments that you're just adding the punchline in many ways. But you have to make your friends laugh, right? Because everybody else around the table is going to read the card and then read your entries. And this is the part I didn't really see coming, is that if you don't necessarily can come up with one right there in that second, sometimes you just want to write stuff that you just want the other person to have to say that's really embarrassing. And that's been really hysterical to watch, my dad or my wife even say some really inappropriate out there sort of answers. Hey, how's it going? And that's been by far a blast, which then wins you the round. So it's a little bit like Cards Against Humanity in that sense, where you're having that real spectacle, wow factor, of didn't expect that. It's very spontaneous.
Okay, and we were talking a little bit earlier. You said you wanted to play some blunders. How would you like to do that?
To play some blunders. Oh, we could do a battle. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's have Hanada then. So you want to do this one since you remember it. So you accidentally liked the bikini picture of your sister, and we can edit this so you can wait. All right, so here's the blunder. You take a look. You already know it.
Yes.
All right, so you accidentally like Hanada bikini picture of your sister. Ah, well, Didn't expect that one. All right, so now take a second, and you have to come up with a better hashtag or comment or something. Okay. All right, do it. Wait for it. We have My Sister's Hot. I'll be the judge. What's yours?
Hashtag I wear it better.
What is it?
I wear it better.
I wear it better. I kind of like, I got to give it to I wear it better. I wear it better. You want to do one more? Let's do one more.
Yeah,
Best
sure.
of 3. All right. Let's go with, this is appropriate. This is Walking Dead. How about this one? All right. Your soon-to-be ex isn't buying your sick as a dog selfie for missing book club. And here you have the guy in the doghouse. You see what's going on there?
All right.
So he's not where he's really supposed to be. All right, you go first.
Oh, hashtag guys night out. I don't know. That one.
Threw him.
Yeah, he threw me. Threw me on that one.
Curveball questions.
Yeah.
Fever Rising. I'm gonna have to give it to Fever Rising.
Yeah. Mine was horrible.
Is that? Oh, that's 1-1. So here's a tiebreaker. You have one more. You got one more in you on a Sunday morning. I'm gonna look for one that inspires you guys. Okay, how about this one? Your insatiable narcissism leads to a selfie at grandma's funeral. There you go. I've seen this online.
I've seen those too.
Got it? All right. Okay, you think?
Yes.
Give me any comment or
Miss you already.
Miss you already versus
Hashtag which filter should I use?
we gotta give it to him. All right. So he beat you. He beat you, but thank you for playing for me. It's gonna be a fun one. So we'll raise the stakes. So now she has to do a black card challenge. Let's see. You're the winner. What would you like to see her do? She can order any kind of crazy drink order, like an opera singer. That one might be good for her because of her
Starbucks?
in singing. You've Gone Mad. She has to repeat a silly statement that you write, followed by a maniacal laugh. That could be a good one. It's Over. Break up with your phone in dramatic fashion. That's kind of funny. Free Your Feet. She's good at this one. Flail your arms, jerk your knees, just to make up a viral dance move.
That one sounds pretty good.
Should we do that one?
I think so.
All right, there it is. Viral dance move.
Viral
Thank you
dance
for
move.
playing Free Me the Game. All right, here comes the wave. This is the new sensation. I like it. All right, you survived Free Me. There it is. All right, so now you should go and follow Hinata, because then you can see if she actually went through with posting her viral dance move and see how it does. Thank you for playing Free Me. And thank you for more.
I'm sorry that I won for you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you again.
Appreciate
And definitely make sure you check out Free Me the Game.
FreeMeTheGame.com.
And next up is our interview with Zach Galligan, who played Billy on Gremlins.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Creech Questions. I'm here with Zach Galligan, who you may remember as Billy from Gremlins. Thank you for agreeing to do the podcast.
You're very welcome.
What was your favorite memory working on the Gremlins movies?
Maybe playing the video games, Spielberg's video games, in between the breaks of shooting. I mean, obviously doing the movie was tremendous fun too, but that seemed more like work, whereas the breaks kind of seemed more like fun.
Definitely. Those are old school Nintendo games, right? What was that?
Well, they were giant arcade-sized games like Centipede and actually it was Millipede to be precise, and Pole Position and Food Fight. Those were the three big ones that we used.
Awesome. And
Yeah.
I've heard some rumblings that there might be a new Gremlins coming out.
That's what it looks like. They're still in the very early stages, so I don't really know anything other than the fact that they are in fact, they have a writer attached, and they're writing the script right now.
Awesome. Would you be more than willing to do a cameo in it, or even star in it?
More than willing.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. And is there anything you want to promote?
Well, I have a movie coming out called The Chair next year. And I just did another movie, too, called Camp Out, because, you just can't have too many Bigfoot movies. Just can't have too many. So I did one called Night Beasts, and that wasn't enough. So now I've done another one called Camp Out. So there you go.
You never have too many Sasquatch movies.
Can't. Hopefully they'll find Sasquatch, and then it'll just be kind of like...
Then there'll be no more movies about Sasquatch.
No, there will be. There are movies about grizzly bears. We know they exist. So there you go.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed those 2 interviews, as I did actually conducting them. Next week, we are actually interviewing 2 people who were on the same area, or in the same area that Alyssa was, not even a year ago. We're going to be speaking to 2 of the termites from Terminus. That's going to be Denise Crosby, who you remember as Mary, and Andrew J. West, who you remember as Gareth. So, with that being said, we definitely want to see you next week. Make sure you tune back in. And is there anything else you'd like to say, Alyssa?
Man, I can't wait to talk the season finale with you guys.
Oh, yes. Fear the Walking Dead, the Walking Dead wrap-up. It's always fun, and, who knows? Who knows what Gareth and Mary's going to have to say. All right, well, I guess that's going to do it for me and Alyssa today. We are going to close the show off, not with our normal outro. We are going to debut our new segment with Cindy Brooks Sullivan, where she is going to be reviewing Gotham, Season 2, Episode 1, and Scream Queens series premiere. Take it away, Cindy.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Cindy here. I've got 2 wonderful reviews on 2 wonderful shows brought to you by Fox that are premiering this week. Actually, one tonight and one tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the fan favorite, especially the comic book fans. I think you all know where I'm going with this. Gotham, Season 2, Episode 1. Now, Gotham Season 1 left us off with one intense, gripping finale with one big cliffhanger. Well, Season 2 starts us right back where we left off and brings us yet again an intense, gripping, wanting more type of episode. It was a phenomenal premiere, a great way to start off the season. It leaves you on the edge of your seat from start to finish and keeps the comics and series fans cheering and wanting more. Just within the beginning moments, it's phenomenal, breathtaking. It was jaw-dropping for me. I'm sure everyone will have their own opinion, but I thought it was wonderful. Not only do we get to see many familiar faces from Season 1, but we will also get to revisit the fan favorite Arkham Asylum. There is a reason it has been tagged Rise of the Villains, and we'll get a small sneak peek as to why this season has been called that in tonight's episode, and I'm sure it'll become even more apparent in the first few episodes of the season, and further we go as well. All I have to say is, if you think you loved Season 1, just wait for this. This season is going to be a hit. It is going to top Season 1 by far, especially after the gripping finale to this episode that clearly sets the mood for one intense, action-packed season to follow up that other action-packed Season 1. So guys, all you DC fans out there, all you Gotham fans out there, I hope you enjoy it. You're in for one hell of a show. Enjoy checking it out, and don't miss an episode. Alright, so for my second review, tomorrow night, Fox will premiere its brand new horror comedy series from the wicked minds behind Glee and American Horror Story comes Scream Queens. The 2-hour season premiere will air 8 o'clock, 7 Central. Scream Queens features a star-studded cast too long to even begin to list for you all. But here are some names to start with. Some you may know, some you may not. It stars the ultimate Scream Queen herself, Jamie Lee Curtis, Emma Roberts from American Horror Story, of course, Skylar Samuels from, yet again, American Horror Story, Leah Michele from Glee, Abigail Breslin, you may know her from Zombieland, Keke Palmer, Glenn Powell, which was actually in Expendables 3, Ariana Grande, I know there's a lot of Ariana Grande fans out there, and Nick Jonas. Cue the fangirl screamings right now. However, that's only the start of the star-studded cast list. I don't even believe that we saw all of our stars yet. I believe in further episodes in the season we'll see some more wonderful faces be brought into the show. The series, just a background, the series revolves around a college campus which is rocked by a series of murders and is set in a campus sorority house in which Emma Roberts is queen. And I am not lying, she is queen. The 2-hour premiere is a pretty intense start off for the series. It's what every horror fan wanted to see from this. I myself am a horror fan, and I was actually very, very impressed by how intense it was. The first 2 episodes, which you'll see in the 2-hour premiere, they're intense, hilarious, ruthless, mysterious, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat with each twist and turn to the story. And I have to give props to these 2 main characters. Emma Roberts is just phenomenal in her role. She is ruthless in her role, and I think this is going to be great. I think she's going to be a fan favorite. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis shines and is at her best with this show, and I'm so happy to see her on a show like this. They couldn't have picked a better woman, especially with her being the Scream Queen that all of us horror fans look up to. This is a show, seriously, like I just said, for horror fans, comedy lovers, and mystery suspense lovers. It's really for everybody. Even if you're not into any of those things, give it a try. Check it out. If you don't like the first episode, that's fine. But I think it is a show everyone is really going to enjoy and really going to keep them guessing. And they're going to want more. And they're going to want to try and figure it out. It was truly a great way to start the show, and it's truly a show with high potential that is bound to be a hit. If it's not, I will be beyond shocked. So to sum all that up, I hope all you fans out there and all those people I know have been waiting for this premiere enjoy the series premiere as much as I did. So enjoy these 2 hours and do not miss it, 8/7 Central on Fox.
Hey y'all, this is Lou Temple, Rick Nicotero,
Patty Moore,
T-Love, Eric Jensen,
Emma Bell,
Bing Chen, Vincent M. Ward, Jeff Cobra,
Pablo Cantillo,
Danny Robot, Lars Gilliard Jr., Nestor Carbonaro, Parano, Daniel Thomas May, Ellen Moss,
Sarah Wayne Callies,
Chad L. Coleman, I'm RJ B from Breaking Bad, Bates Gonzalez,
AMC's Comic Book Man,
The Walking Dead, and you're listening to Creech Questions.
You better listen up good or I'm come get you.
Hey everyone out there, this is CJ Creech, and you too can listen to our celebrity interviews on our podcast, Creech Questions. Check us out on CreechCreativeProductions.com and Facebook.com/CreechCreativeProductions.